She posted, "Girls, night out. Don't need permission from anyone." Then tagged her ex in the location. I didn't comment, just packed her stuff and left it by the door. She came home to change locks and 155 missed calls from her friends asking what happened. I, 32 male, had been with Andrea, 29, for 4 years. We'd been living together for 2. I thought we were solid. Turns out I was just solid at paying most of the rent. Last Friday started like any other day. Andrea kissed me goodbye, said she was doing a girls' night with her coworkers. Cool. I had plans to game with the boys. Anyway, around 1000 p.m., I mid-match when my phone buzzes. It's my buddy Teeth sending me a screenshot from Instagram. Andrea's post. "Girls' night out. Don't need permission from anyone. Living my best life." The kicker. She tagged her location at Vesper, this upscale cocktail bar downtown. And in the tags, her ex, Gerald. The same Gerald she swore she hadn't talked to in years. The same Gerald whose DMs she said were just him being pathetic. I stared at my screen for a good minute. My character got sniped? I didn't care. See, here's the thing about modern relationships. Social media tells you everything if you pay attention. And Andrea, she just told me everything I needed to know. I didn't comment, didn't like, didn't text her. I just sat there, controller in my lap, and made a decision. "Yo, you good?" Keith's voice came through the headset. "Yeah," I said. "Actually, you still have that truck." An hour later, Keith and 2 other buddies were at my apartment. We worked quietly, methodically. 4 years of a relationship started getting sorted. It wasn't about packing everything, not yet. It was about separation. Her clothes from my side of the closet, her books for my nightstand, that stupid crystal collection she insisted brought good energy to our space. We created a mountain of her stuff in the corner of the living room. Her yoga mat, her coffee maker, the fancy one she had to have, all of it. I left her essentials in place for the morning. Toiletries, her work clothes for Monday, her laptop. I'm not a monster, but the message was going to be clear. The hardest part was her cat, Jasper. I loved that cat. But Jasper was hers before we met, so I just made sure his food and water were full. I gave him a scratch behind the ears and told him things were about to get weird. By 2 a.m., the apartment was half mine again. Her presence was contained to a pile of boxes and bags. The boys helped me move my PlayStation and work setup into the spare bedroom, and I threw a clean set of sheets on the bed in there. The master bedroom felt cold and empty. Perfect. The lease was in my name only. She'd never wanted to be added, said it was too much commitment. Funny how that worked out. I finally checked my phone. 3 texts from Andrea. 11:40 some p.m., having too much fun, don't wait up. 12 with me might crash at Anne's place. 45 eam, actually coming home. See you in a bit, babe. I didn't respond. Instead, I called my cousin, who's a paralegal. Woke him up. He owed me one. I explained the situation, told him she'd lived here for 2 years but wasn't on the lease. Don't change the locks. Not yet, he warned. That's an illegal eviction. You'll be in a world of hoa. She has tenants' rights. You need to give her formal notice. 30 days is the standard. So, I typed up a formal, legally sound notice to vacate, citing the end of our verbal month-to-month tenancy. Then, I typed up a second, simpler note. Andrea, your things have been gathered. As we are no longer in a relationship, I am formally ending our teeny agreement. A legal 30-day notice to vacate is on the counter. Your last month's portion of rent, $900, is in the envelope with it. I will be sleeping in the spare room for the duration of the notice period. Please respect my privacy. Don't contact me except for arrangements regarding the move. Ethan. I put the note on her pillow, went to the spare room, locked the door, and for the first time in months, I slept like a baby. Update 1. I woke up to 47 missed calls. 19 from Andrea, starting at 6:00 a.m. The rest from her friends, her sister, even her mom. I didn't answer any of them, but the texts were a masterpiece of manipulation. What the boss? Ethan, why is all my stuff in a pile? What is this? I can explain about last night. It's not what you think. Gerald was there with a group. I didn't even talk to him. I'm calling the police. You've lost your mind. My friends think you're psychotic. I never cheated on you. How dare you? Please, can we just talk? 7:30 a.m. I live here. You can't just kick me out. You're throwing away 4 years over nothing. Then came the social media assault. She went nuclear. Posted a crying selfie with mascara running down her face. Caption: when you think you know someone woke up to this, kicked out for going out with friends. Narcissistic abuse is real. Her army mobilized immediately. My Instagram, Facebook, even my LinkedIn started getting bombarded. Her best friend, Anne, sent me a novel about how I was controlling and abusive. Her sister called me a pathetic man-child who can't handle a strong, independent woman. Here's where it gets interesting, though. I didn't need to respond because Andrea, in her infinite wisdom, had posted that original Instagram story, the one where she tagged Gerald at the location with the caption about not needing permission. My boy Keith, absolute legend. He'd screenshotted everything. Her post, her tags, even Gerald's story from the same night showing them doing shots together. His caption, reconnecting with my better half, but I still didn't post anything. Didn't defend myself, just watch the show. Around noon, Andrea showed up with Anne and 2 guys I didn't recognize. They pounded on the main door. I opened it, staying calm. You can't do this. Andrea screamed, trying to push past me. I blocked the door. I'm not doing anything, Andrea. I'm sleeping in the spare room. You have 30 days. It's all legal. I'm calling the cops, she shrieked. I already did, I said calmly. Told them there might be a disturbance. 2 officers showed up within 20 minutes. I had called the non-emergency line earlier to give them a heads up about a volatile domestic situation and a potential false report. Sir, what's going on here? The older officer asked. She lives here, I said. We broke up. I've given her a formal 30-day notice to vacate as required by law. All her things are here. I'm staying in a separate room. She's upset about the breakup. He's trying to illegally evict me. Andrea yelled. I've lived here for 2 years. The officer looked at her, then back at me. Ma'am, he's correct. If you're not on the lease, he's the primary tenant. Giving you 30 days written notice is the proper procedure. As long as you have access to the apartment and your belongings for that period, there's no crime here. This is a civil matter. The younger officer looked at my documentation, the lease in my name, a copy of the notice. It was all above board. Andrea lost it. Started screaming about her rights, about common law marriage. Not a thing in our state, about how I was abusing her. Anne was recording everything, threatening to expose me online. Ma'am, the older officer said calmly, you can stay here for the notice period or you can leave, but you need to lower your voice. If you continue to cause a disturbance, we'll have to ask you to leave for the day. Defeated, she and her crew packed what they could fit in Anne's car. Andrea was sobbing, playing victim to the hilt. As they drove away, she screamed out the window, You'll regret this. Everyone's going to know what kind of person you are. She was right about one thing. Everyone was about to know what kind of person someone was. Just not me. Because what Andrea didn't know was that Gerald, he wasn't single. He was engaged to a woman named Alice, who was currently on a business trip to Seattle. And Alice, she, followed me on Instagram. We'd met at a few social events. She'd always been cool. So when Alice DM'd me that afternoon asking, Hey, is this why Andrea is saying she's homeless? Send screenshot of Gerald's story. I simply replied, I think you and I should talk. Update 2. Alice called me within 5 minutes. She was surprisingly calm for someone who just discovered her fiancé was reconnecting with his better half while she was out of town. I had a feeling, she said. He's been weird about his phone lately, changed his passcode, said he was working late a lot. I'm sorry, I said, and I meant it. Alice didn't deserve this. Don't be. You just saved me from marrying a cheater. We talked for an hour. Turns out Gerald and Andrea had never really stopped talking. Alice had found old texts, but Gerald Gasser said Andrea was obsessed with him and he was just being polite. Sound familiar? Alice was still in Seattle, but had access to their share department security system. She told me she'd have to look through the footage when she had a moment. She was changing her flight, coming home Monday instead of Wednesday. Meanwhile, the social media war was escalating. Andrea had posted 3 more times, each more dramatic than the last. She'd started a GoFundMe titled Starting Over After Domestic Abuse. Goal, $5,000. She'd raised $230, mostly from her mom and sister. But here's where Andrea she'd up. In her rage, she'd forgotten that mutual friends existed. And those mutual friends, they'd been at Vesper that night. My phone rang. It was Roger, a friend from my gym who happened to bartend at Vesper. Bro, I can't send you anything official. I'd get fired. But I'm telling you, your girl was here last night with that Gerald dude all over each other. He sent me a photo of the security feed from his phone. It's blurry as hell, but it's them. She paid too. The bill was almost $300. The bill showed timestamps. 10:17 p.m., 2 cocktails, 11